Imagine walking into a room, a place where every wall seems to glow with a golden color. Walls covered in amber, gold leaf, precious stones, intricate carvings, elaborate decorations created by some of Europe's most skilled craftsmen. These magnificent decorations reflected an extraordinary level of artistry. This unique chamber became home to one of Europe's most valuable artistic treasures. It became known throughout history as the Amber Room. Its story began in Prussia in the early 18th century. Construction began in 1701. The room was created through an international collaboration involving German and Danish craftsmen. But its destiny was about to change. In 1716, King Frederick William I of Prussia presented the Amber Room to Peter the Great of Russia. The panels were transported to Russia and eventually installed inside Catherine Palace near St. Petersburg. Over the following years, the room was expanded and redesigned. More amber was added, more decorations were installed, and eventually, the chamber covered approximately 180 square feet. It contained several tons of amber and other precious materials. The result was spectacular. Visitors described a room that seemed to glow from within for generations. The Amber Room witnessed wars, political transformations, and the rise and fall of empires, yet it continued to survive. Then, in 1941, everything changed. Nazi Germany invaded the Soviet Union. German forces reached Pushkin, and the Amber Room became a target. Palace officials tried to protect it, but they soon encountered a serious problem. The delicate amber panels began to crumble when touched, so they attempted to hide the room behind wallpaper. But it didn't work. German soldiers discovered the panels, and within approximately 36 hours, the Amber Room had been dismantled, packed into 27 crates, and taken away. The treasure had escaped Russia's possession, but it had not disappeared from history. Not yet. The crates were transported to Königsberg, a German city on the Baltic coast. There, the Amber Room was reconstructed inside Königsberg Castle. For a brief period, the legendary treasure was once again on display. But the war was turning disastrously against Germany, and the situation was becoming increasingly desperate. By 1943, German officials had already begun to worry about the safety of the collection. The Amber Room was dismantled once again and packed away. Then, in 1944, Allied bombing raids turned Königsberg into a devastated ruin. Large parts of the city were destroyed. Even the castle museum was reduced to ruins. And at some point, during the final months of the war, the trail of the Amber Room disappeared. There is no complete record clearly explaining what happened to the crates. Were they destroyed beneath the ruins? Could they have been moved to another location? Could they have been loaded onto a ship? Or were they buried somewhere underground? The war ended, Germany collapsed, Königsberg changed hands, and the Amber Room was gone. Search parties began looking for it. For decades, investigators followed clue after clue. Some believed the treasure was still hidden somewhere in what is now Königsberg. Others believed the panels had been destroyed during the bombing. Then came an extraordinary discovery. In 1997, a mosaic panel from the original Amber Room was discovered in Germany. The panel had reportedly been taken home by a German soldier who had been involved in the evacuation of Königsberg. This discovery proved something extremely important. At least part of the original chamber had survived the war. But where was the rest? That question only made the mystery deeper. One theory suggested that the Amber Room had been hidden underground. Another pointed toward abandoned mines or tunnel systems. Another intriguing theory pointed toward a sunken ship. The German ship Karlsruhe sank in the Baltic Sea in 1945. Some researchers have suggested that the ship may have been carrying crates containing parts of the Amber Room. The wreck was discovered decades later. However, no definitive evidence has ever confirmed that the missing Amber Room was inside. The treasure remained lost, and the theories continued. For more than half a century, the original Amber Room remained missing. Historians searched archives, treasure hunters explored surrounding ruins, divers searched shipwrecks, researchers reviewed wartime documents, and every new piece of evidence created another possibility. Perhaps the room had been destroyed. Perhaps it had been hidden. Perhaps it was still somewhere beneath the streets of Königsberg, concealed inside a forgotten chamber. Or perhaps it was lying at the bottom of the Baltic Sea. But while the world was searching for the original, something extraordinary was happening in Russia. Researchers decided to recreate the lost room. The reconstruction began in 1979. For decades, artists and master craftsmen worked to recreate the extraordinary details of the missing chamber. They studied old photographs, historical descriptions, surviving fragments, and the original artistic designs. Then, in 2003, the reconstructed Amber Room was completed at Catherine Palace. For the first time in decades, visitors could once again enter a room that bore a remarkable resemblance to the legendary original. But there was one enormous difference. This was not the original Amber Room. The original was still missing. And that is precisely what makes the story so strange. Today, we know where the reconstructed room is. We know how the original was created. We know who took it. We even know where it was displayed. And we know that at least one of the original panels survived the war. But we still don't know. What happened to the rest of the Amber Room? Perhaps the remaining panels were destroyed during the chaos of war. Perhaps they remained buried beneath a ruined city. Perhaps they were transported somewhere else in Europe. Or perhaps they are still waiting somewhere to be discovered. A sealed room, an abandoned bunker, a hidden warehouse, or the dark floor of the Baltic Sea. The Amber Room was once created to display the wealth and power of empires. Then war turned it into a prize, and history turned it into a mystery. Today, millions of people can see its reconstructed form. But somewhere in the world, the original may still be waiting, hidden behind concrete, buried beneath the earth, or resting silently beneath the sea. A room made of amber that defied centuries of history, only to disappear during the darkest years of the 20th century. And perhaps the greatest mystery is not how the Amber Room disappeared. The real question is the original treasure still out there, waiting in the darkness for someone to finally find it?